God did it again. He showed him again. And God, many times in our lives, he's showing us again and again that I'm with you. I hadn't left you just because you're going through. And the people in Jesus' day, they asked him, give us a sign. He told you, why don't you believe me for the work's sake? Give us a sign. He said, the only sign that I'm going to give you is the same sign that Joshua gave or Jonah gave when he went to the Ninevites. That he was in the bell of a wedding 3 days and 3 nights. The only sign I'm going to show you every single time is the sign of my resurrection. That's going to always be my signature. And wherever you go in life, I don't care what kind of enemy is oppressing you, you've got resurrection power. God has given you the ability to endure. He's given you the ability to stay pure. But you're going to see something in the text in Judges 6:27 about Gideon. And I'm going to use this as an allegory. So Gideon took 10 of his servants, and he did what the Lord commanded. And God has given you 10 things. God's equipped you. He's designed you. He's fashioned you. Whenever you see the number 10 in scriptures, there is some symbolism associated with it. If you look at the number 10, it means law. It means order. It means to govern. In other words, I'm conforming to the principles. It means balance. I've got 10 fingers and 10 toes. If I remove one of those digits, it's very difficult to handle things, to manipulate things. 10 is representative of order, of governing, of balance. If you look at Genesis, turn to Genesis. If you don't believe me, we'll show you. In the first chapter of Genesis, you're going to see that in the first chapter, in the King James Version, God said 10 times. God said 10 times. God said in Genesis 3, God said, let there be light. He said in Genesis, the 6th verse of the first chapter, he went to talking about let a greater light rule the day and a lesser light rule the night. He went to the 9th chapter, and then he separated the waters below from the waters above. God said, 10 times to show the order of God. Verse 3, verse 6, verse 9, verse 11, verse 14, verse 20, verse 24, 26, and 28. There are 10 times where God said, if you look at the King James Version. Furthermore, the 10 Commandments, Exodus 34 and 28. 10 is always representative of order, of of governing, conforming to the principles. In the New Testament, in Matthew 25, Luke 19, you see 10 pounds. You see 10 virgins. Mm-hmm. And you see 10 talents. My question to you today is, what is your talent? What is your gift? What is your calling? God has given you what you need in order to succeed in your environment. But all of us are not wired the same. All of us do not have the same ability and capacity. In other words, some of us might be a cup of water, but someone else, they may be a tub in terms of what they can hold, in terms of what they can give and offer. God gives us what we need for our environment. If you're a cat, then you're going to like mice. If you're human, you're going to think twice. You're not going to want to deal with mice. If you're a lion, he's giving you claws and teeth to be a predator, to be a carnivore, a meat consumer. But if you're an elephant in your environment, you don't have teeth to consume meat. But you're going to be an omnivore. You're going to take up the plants and the leaves and the trees. You got to understand what your capabilities are. You cannot be trying to be a tiger in the spirit and God has made you an elephant. God has formed you. And when he formed you, he designed you. He engineered you. There are some things that you do when you do them, they feel good to you. Somebody else, they couldn't handle it. They wouldn't understand it. So part of success, you got to look at the 10 things and see what I can bring. The 10 things, go to 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. Gifts, talents, callings, 10 things, what you gonna bring. There are 10 things, and I want to know what you're going to bring. Because God is calling us to be productive. Jesus, if you look in John, I believe it's the 4th chapter, you'll see that he was ministering to the Samaritan woman. Mm-hmm. And when the disciples got back, they saw Jesus with that woman and said, what is she doing here? But they dared not ask him anything. They knew better. Jesus said, look on the fields. They're white. They're ready to harvest. They're ready. But there's no workers. There's no workers. And God is calling us to be workers. The fields are ready. They're ripe. It's time to harvest. Therefore, pray unto the Lord of the harvest, and he'll send forth workers. But what am I? We already established last week that God is calling us to work. It was part of the original design. But I'm telling you, the shade is going to be made. That your work is not going to be pain, it's going to bring pleasure. What's your passion in life? Because if you pursue your passion, that's where you're going to be your best and have the most success.
Yes.
So question, ask yourself, what am I passionate about? It's not just a coincidence. You were designed and equipped and fashioned and formed. You have to go beyond the norm. Don't try to be like everybody else, doing everything that everybody else does in the way that they do. You might have to be like Gideon, threshing wheat in a wine press. It looks crazy. Come on, read it. 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. What does the word of the Lord say, ma'am?
It reads, and in the church, God has appointed first of all the apostles, second prophets, third teachers, and then
there are different appointments in the church regarding functions. And it's for the perfecting of the saints, the work of the ministry, the edification of the church, that we may all come into the unity of perfection, of maturity, of growth. God, he doesn't only want converts, but he wants disciples. He wants followers. What does it say, ma'am? Further.
It reads, then workers of miracles, and also those having gifts of healing.
All right, miracles, healings, they're all part of the equippings of the church. What else does it say?
And those able to help others, those with gifts of administration.
Okay, you see there are gifts of healing, gifts of miracles, gifts of help, gifts of administration. You got to understand where you fit. And this is the reason why in 2015, each of us, we did spiritual profiles. So we can understand what our strengths were and what our weaknesses are. Our strengths, so we can excel in those areas. And in our weaknesses, so we can guard those areas and even grow those areas. Come on, keep reading.
And those speaking in different kinds of tongues.
Oh yes, even speaking in tongues and interpretation of tongues. Come on, read further.
Are all apostles?
Wait a minute. Is everybody apostle? No. Don't think you're going to do what everybody else is doing. When God gives you something, it's specifically to fulfill your calling. Your purpose, your design. So maybe you don't sing, but maybe you dance. Maybe you don't preach, but you serve. Find out what your niche is. Don't worry about the glitch, just find out what your niche is. Come on, read it.
Are all
No, no, no. I want every gift God has ever made inside of me now. Forget it. Doesn't work like that. It's not like badges. It's not. You get the needful, earnest, whatever you need, based upon the design that God intended, how He has shaped you and formed you, and how you fit in this grand scheme of His creative pattern. Come on, keep reading.
Are all teachers? Do all work miracles? Do all have gifts of healing?
No, 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 and no. So you just go ahead and accept that, recognize that. And you've got to consider if it's wisdom and creativity, if it's understanding and discernment, if it's knowledge and connection, if it's kindness and openness, if it's strength or restraint, if it's beauty, harmony, compassion, victory, endurance, splendor, humility, if it's foundation, bonding, kingdom, influence. Find out what makes you tick. Come before God. Get counsel. You have a pastor. Speak with him. Find out how you fit.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you have 10 things, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
God only needs one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get Luke 17, 11 through 17. And we're almost done. Come on. Luke 17, 11 through 17. Luke 17, 11 through 17. What does it say, man?
It says, now on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee.
Yes.
As he was going into a village, 10 men who had...
Wait a minute, there it is. 10, 10, 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's symbolic. 10. 10 is governing. 10 is order. 10 is balance. 10 is law. Come on, read it now.
10 men who had leprosy met him. They stood at a distance and called out in a loud voice,
Yes.
Jesus, Master, have pity on us.
All 10 were crying out. What happened now?
He says, when he saw them, he said, go, show yourselves to the priests.
Yes.
And as they went, they were cleansed.
As they went, they were cleansed. But something happened. What happened, ma'am?
One of them, when he saw he was healed, came back praising...
Hold up, wait a minute. When he realized, when he had a connection, he understood that God had did something. I want you to know that he spoke to the 10, but he only was going to use one. And God has given you many complexities in your life.
Yes.
But God only needs to use one thing. He can use many things, but all at a minimum he needs is one to glorify his son.
Yes.
Come on, read it.
One of them, when he saw he was healed, came back praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked
You use that one thing that you have to praise, to glorify, and magnify God.
Mm-hmm.
What does Jesus say?
Jesus asks, were not all 10 clean? Where are the other 9?
Where are the 9?